Hey, Hammer Nation. I think the lady is going to go to prison for this. Because she should have known that that was a dummy round in that gun. It's just like me, touching something I'm not supposed to touch, and it goes off. Shoot. Shoot. You know? Let me see. Do I have a poll up here? Okay. Who's more responsible? Alec Baldwin? The armorer? Or both? There's the poll, folks. I would have to say both. Who's more responsible, Baldwin, the armorer, or both? Put in your votes, Hammer Nation. Yeah, who's more responsible? The armorer, Baldwin, or both? I said that she should have known that there was going to be a live round in that gun because she was in charge of what's happening in that gun. But I don't think in her wildest dreams there was going to be a live bullet in there. Did she know there was going to be a live bullet in there? I don't think so. But she should have said something. Somebody should have said something about that bullet being in there. But how did that live bullet get in that gun in the first place? And Alec Baldwin's story didn't match. He said he pulled the trigger. And he said it was a cold gun. He was on George Stephanopoulos' show. And he talked about that. Still no votes yet. Any votes yet? No? No? I say both. Yeah, I would have to say both Baldwin and the armorer. And she knew there was going to be a gun in there. Did she know that there was going to be a live round in that gun? I mean, just think about it, folks. If you know there's a gun, shouldn't you make sure that there's nothing inside that gun that should be a live round in that gun? I mean, common sense says you should have to. Well, okay, I got a vote here. Both. Thank you, whoever voted. Thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, really, if you're going to have a gun, you better make sure there's nothing in that chamber that is going to start something. Okay? She was responsible for handling that gun. But who's more responsible? The armorer, Baldwin, or both? It's just like me, you know. I should be handling something that I should know if I know it's going to be safe or not. You know, like a Hanzo sword. You know, common sense says if you know something's not going to be right, you better make sure you haven't figured it out. I feel sorry for the family that daughter, that lady's dead. You know, common sense says if you got there's supposed to be safety protocols, but something was off the chain when that happened. Something was off the chain, man. Something was off the chain of command of who handled that pistol. That's the crux of it right there. Who's more responsible, the armor? Oh, thank you, Judas. I mean, really, welcome to Hammer Nation. I mean, really, man, if you're going to handle something, you're going to have to make sure that there's nothing in that weapon. A gun, uh, safety products, whatever. But when it comes to a weapon, you better make darn sure there's nothing inside that weapon. Reminds me of Brandon Lee of Crow. He thought there was a fake gun in that bull, but there was a live round. But I don't know how that. The question I have, Hammer Nation, where did that live round come from? That's the question I want answered. Where did that live round come from, folks? 50-50. Baldwin 50, both 50. It's split. It's split, man. It's split. So, there's gonna be 12 people that's gonna decide her fate for involuntary manslaughter. And if she goes, does Baldwin go to jail? I don't think he'll go to jail personally. He'll be the first actor in history to go to prison. Right now, Danny Masterson's in prison, but um, it's got to be good common sense of who's more responsible. Was it Baldwin, the armorer, or both? Well, she lost her job, and now she's up on involuntary manslaughter charges, and they're very serious charges too. She could get anywhere from 5 to 15 years. She could get anywhere between 5 to 15 years for involuntary manslaughter. Yup. Yeah. So who's more responsible here, Nation? The armorer, Baldwin, or both?
Hi. Are we ready? Can we film the intended video? Why not? Don't take out my pillow! No! No! Just calm down. Yeah?
Yeah, so it's she's in for it. Let me see. Let's see. Let me see. Let's check her. How many years is the armorer? How many years is the armorer facing? Facing for involuntary manslaughter. Yeah. Uh, she's probably looking at 5 to 15 years. How many years is the Russ armorer facing for involuntary manslaughter?
According to Vulture, if jurors find her guilty of involuntary manslaughter, she faces a maximum 18-month prison sentence for the Los Angeles Times. Gutierrez-Reed's defense is expected to place the blame on Baldwin and negligent sex safety conditions.
18 months. Okay, 18 months. Okay, thank you, Google. How many years Alec Baldwin is facing if he's convicted of involuntary manslaughter? They're both going to be facing 18 months in prison for this. That's like a year. Let me see. Is 18 months a year?
According to Quora, since 18 months is exactly a year and a half, 52 weeks in a year plus 26 weeks in half a year equals 78 weeks in 18 months.
Shoot, 18 months in prison for involuntary manslaughter. Wow. So that's what we go. That's what she's facing. That's what Alec Baldwin's going to face too. Let me see how the votes is going. It's still 50-50. Who is to blame? Baldwin, the armorer, or both? Right now it's split 50-50. Thank you, Judith Bagara. Thank you for voting. Let me see if they're back from lunch and I'll broadcast this live. Thank you.